Alright, welcome back to the Crabby. Today we're going to be playing sort of a watered down two-player version of Le Havre called the Inland Port. Alright, so welcome to the Inland Port. So for this one, I'm not even going to have a rules instead of video breakdown, just because the game is just really easy, and through my playthrough after one round, you'll sort of get the gist and all the rules to the game. Alright, so the game's going to last 12 rounds, and we keep track by rotating these wheels, so you're going to have A through L. Alright, and what you're going to be doing on your turn is either building a building or activating a building, but I'll show you that in the first couple of turns. Alright, so let's not waste any more time and let's get started. And the first thing you're going to do is, it's round A, you're going to put the A tiles in the display, and these are the ones we have access to build. And then when we hit round B, you'll get the B's and then the C's and so on until you get all the way to the L's. Alright, just FYI, they do give you this very handy dandy sheet to tell you what the costs of the upcoming buildings are going to be, and if you wanted to, you can print this out on BGG and it'll tell you exactly what's coming up. Alright, so we're going to start off with player A, because if it's a round highlighted around, alright, so you see the yellow highlight, it's going to be this player who starts, and when it's not, it's going to be this player who starts. Alright, so they're going to go. Now, when it's your turn, you literally have two choices. You're either going to build a building by paying its cost, or you're going to activate a building. We're going to get to activating building during round 2, because in round 1 we don't have any buildings we can activate, alright, because they have to be past the 0 space. Alright, so they're going to go first. They have to build a building. Let's just look at the anatomy of a building here. I'll take a random one here. The cost of building a building is on top in the triangular area. So this is, whenever you see brown, it's wood. Whenever you see red, it's clay. Alright, the middle section here is the end game points going to give you, or during the game as a free action you can sell this building, get rid of it, and you get half that money. And the benefit is below. You're going to see a bunch of arrows in this game. That's just because we track our resources on this board, and whenever we gain resources or lose resources or whatever, we're going to be moving it across using arrows. So whenever you gain, let's say, a fish to the right twice, you're going to be going to the right twice. And as you can see here, the amount of resources you have is the column on the left plus the row on the left plus the column below. Alright, so for example here, my fish, I would have 0 plus 6, so I have 6 fish. Whereas if I was up here, I would have 9 plus 5, 14 fish. Alright, for example. Alright, so my turn, I'm going to look at this, and I have to buy a building. Now, I'm going to try to mix things up. I'm going to try a strategy that I normally don't use. So I'm actually going to go crazy and spend $3 and get the clay mound. Alright, this is going to give me a ton of clay throughout the game. But in this game, alright, when you buy a building, it's just like regular Le Havre. The opponent can pay you a coin to use your building. Alright, so keep that in mind. It's not just your building. But anyway, I'm going to try this building. And whenever you build a building, it goes onto the 0 space. Alright, by the way, I did forget to mention one very important detail. The amount of total actions for that round is indicated below the letter. So here there's a 3. That means in total we're going to do 3 rounds. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we're going to jump over to the next round. Alright, and the other way of tracking the number of actions, right, because you see 3, but when you get to 9, how are you going to track 9 actions? That's just because whatever action you do in this game, you're always going to add a building onto the 0 space. So when you're activating a building, it's going to end up back in the 0 space. So right now, one action has been done because there's only one building in all 0 spaces of both boards. Alright, that's enough talking about that. Let's go on to player B over here, and they're going to do an action. Obviously, they can't activate a building, so they're going to buy a building. Alright, so they're looking at these. I think what they're going to do is they're going to get the wood company. Why not? So I'm going to be the clay guy, he's going to be the wood guy. So he's going to put this on a 0 space, and that's going to cost him 2 clay. So he's going to take his clay and move it twice down. Now you're going to look at this. Whenever you have to pay, you have to look at these arrows. By paying 1, you move it to the left. You can pay 3 of a resource by moving it down, or 4 by moving it diagonally bottom left. Alright, so let's say I was down here. If I had to pay 4, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternatively, I can go 4 like this, or I could have gone, well, anyway, you get the point. Alright, but I did pay 2 for that, so I'm going to do that. So there you go, 2 actions done. Then it's going to jump over to my side. And now I have to do another action. Obviously, I can't activate a building, so I must build another building. And you know what? Because I'm out of coins, I'm going to get this building just so that in the future I can build coins. Although this one, I have to pay wood. I'd rather take this one. Decisions. Yeah, you know what? Let me build this one. that's just because I generate a lot of clay and I'd rather build the one that uses up clay so I don't use up all my wood. Alright, so I'm going to do this one. So this one's going to be 2 clay and 1 wood. So 2 clay, 1, 2, and 1 wood. Boom. Alright, there you go. So there you go. So those are all 3 actions. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. 3 actions for the round. We're done. Go on to the next round. Alright, this is how we track it. We all rotate the wheel at the same time, and now we're going to be on B, which is going to be player B who's going to start, and there's going to be 3 actions. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Alright, so one thing I did forget to do is at the start of a round, you're going to take the new set of buildings because we're on B. Alright, and you're going to play them out. Alright, you leave the old buildings still there, but the new buildings are always more powerful, so I like to put them at the bottom and just dump the ones that nobody are taking at the top. Alright, so now we're going to start off with player B. And now, before we start, now we can actually start activating our building. So their first action, if they want, they can activate this building. And the way it works is you see the inner number here. That's how many times you're going to activate it. So that here, you're going to gain 2 wood because it's move your wood to the right, but you're going to do that twice. So you're going to go 1, 2, basically. Alright, so they're going to go. They're looking at these buildings here. They got 2 and 1. Whereas I have 1 and 1, so the only danger that he needs to pay attention to are maybe these 2. If he's interested in one of these 2, then he sort of wants to get it right away, because he knows I can't get to this one right away because I need to gain resources to get to this one. So he's not too worried about this one. But does he want one of these ones? I mean, he can get the clay one here, so we can both be in the clay business. You know what? That's what he's gonna do, just so he doesn't have to use mine. He doesn't have to activate mine to get clay. He can just activate his own, so he's not giving me money. So he's gonna get this one. He's gonna put on a 0 space. He's gonna pay 1 of each, 1 and 1. Although at this point now he sort of has to use mine to get out of the 0 space, because you can't move front to left if you're on against the wall over here, right? So maybe I didn't think about that straight, but it doesn't matter. All right, now we're gonna jump over to my side here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to activate a building. So he bought a building, but I'm going to activate a building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my clay mound. All right, and this one, I'm going to activate this tile 2 times, which basically means I'm going to move it to the right twice. I'm just going to show you. Here. I'm going to move my mound to the right twice, then I'm going to move it again. All right, so you move it the number of times equal to the arrow plus whatever benefit this is. This is just move it again. Alright, so technically I'm moving it 3 times to the right. So I'm going to come here, take my clay, whoops, and go 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I got 4 clay and 1 wood. Maybe I'll buy another building or something. Alright, so that was my activation. It's going to jump back on over to this side. And I think what he's going to do, he would love to get some clay so that he can use his building later on. But what he's going to do is he knows there's a bunch of wood buildings coming out soon. He's going to, plus you can get these, the old ones are still available, but actually the farmland is pretty good. Actually, you know what, that's what he's going to do. He's actually going to pay $1 and he's going to get the farmland and add it to his 0 space. Alright, the farmland lets you gain food, plus you'll get a clay and a wood at the same time. Alright, so there you go. We're done. So you can see 1, 2, 3 buildings in the 0 space. That means we're done for the round because that was a round of 3. And now we're all going to rotate our wheel. Alright, so these ones go back up. Let's get the C buildings down here. Alright, and let's go. Alright, so now it's going to be a highlighted round. So the player A is going to go first. And we're going to still do 3 actions. Starting the next round, we're going to actually have 5. Alright, so what action does player A want to do? Now we're looking at the buildings here, and I think one building that they think they're looking forward to getting is maybe the farm, which allows them to get a lot of food, or the smokehouse. Unfortunately, I do need wood to get the farm, so I think I'm going to gain some wood. Now I can gain wood in 2 ways. Remember, I have my own building here, so I'm going to get 3 wood. Alright, or I can use my buddy's building, which gives me 3 wood as well. But I don't have any coins to give him to activate his buildings, so I'm going to use my own. So I'm going to use this, alright, and because it was on the 3 spot, I'm going to gain 3 wood. So this tile here is you either gain wood or clay. Obviously I'm going to gain wood because I have a clay generation thing right here, so that's going to give me 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there you go. Alright, we're going to jump to my buddy. So, you know, they have got no more clay. They got one more wood. They could build the wood trader here, so it exchanges money and food into wood. Not that exciting of a building, and they pretty much have no way. They pretty much can't generate anything else, or they can build a grocery store actually for 2. Actually, no, they can't. So basically, they just need resources because all of these are sort of unusable at the moment. So they can either gain 3 wood or 3 clay if they pay me a coin. They're not interested in paying me just yet because they remember, although they want to use their building here so they can get even more clay later on. They need to get their clay off of 0. So you know what? They will pay me. So they're gonna pay me a coin to use my building. So I'm gonna put it down here, and they're gonna activate it twice. We already know what it does. Move your clay 3 times to the right. 1, 2, 3, and that was his action. All right. So, but they were both on my board. You're gonna see 2 here. Now it's a 3 round, so I'm gonna have the last action for the round. Now what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna definitely go buy a building, just because I don't want to give up my coin to my friend just yet. And I think I want to buy a building so that, you know, it would I at least get to number 2 before next round. So which one do I want to build? I can pretty much build any of them. Maybe I'll go for the smokehouse to get some fish. Maybe I'll get, so what do I have? I have 4 of each resources, so I can actually check D coming up, 1 of each or food, and then it's 3 wood or 4 clay. So you can also look at the points that they're going to give you. That's a one way of picking. I could also build a grocery store just because it'll give me a coin every single time, which would not be such a bad idea. Although it only gives you coins and then it gives you 1 of each resource, so it doesn't really help you that much with resources. So let me build a smokehouse. I'll go for fish. Alright, because there are, at the end of the game, there are some tiles that like the one over here, I believe, or this one here, where you end up scoring points for how many fish you have. So maybe I'll get this one, and I'll try to get my fish production all the way up. All right, so I'm gonna build this one. This is only gonna cost me 1 clay, which is pretty cheap. 1 clay, and it's gonna go on my 0 space, and just like that, they all were on my side. So 1, 2, 3. It was a 3 round. We're at the end. Let's rotate. All right, so round D. So 2 buildings come out. Now for this one, it is a 5 round, so we're actually gonna have 3 actions for my buddy here, and I'm gonna have 2. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so they're gonna go up first, and now they do have some very juicy buildings over here. When they start getting to 4, you know, you sort of want to activate them because you do generate 4 times that ability. Now, which one do they want to activate? Also, they're gonna look over here. Here they can change a food into points directly. That's not actually that bad for them. That's actually pretty good. But you know what? They're gonna wait. All right, they're pretty confident that I'm not going to race to get these either. So they want to activate one of their buildings. I think they're going to activate their kiln first, because 3 times top left, going top left is like generating 2 of that resource. So this is actually generating 6 resources, whereas this 4 only generates 4 wood. All right. Although they need wood more than clay. But they're afraid that if, oh man, if I don't use it, well, they know for sure if they don't get to use this, then they're gonna generate a coin off of me for sure. So which one do they want to use? I mean, they can't activate both. They have to choose one. So I guess they're gonna use the kiln. So they're gonna generate this 3 times. So they're gonna move up to the left 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Now being on the wall is a bit dangerous, because if you have to pay just 1 clay, well, guess what? You have to actually pay 3 because you can't actually move to the left 1. So they're gonna want to move over a little bit. All right, but that was their first action. It's gonna jump over to me, and guess what? I think that I definitely do want to use their yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm gonna use their wood production here, just because it's too juicy to pass up. So it's 4 wood, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna generate that. I'm gonna generate 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's no way for me to generate that much wood currently on my board. Alright, so now it's going to jump over to my buddy here, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to return the favor, just so that they can get their clay off of the wall. If not, they might get stuck there. So they're going to pay me a coin to use my clay pit, or my clay mound. Alright, and that's going to generate them 3 clay. So they're going to get off the mound here, off the side. 1, 2, 3. So now they can pay with a bunch. So they have 9 plus 3. They got 12 clay. They got plenty of clay. Alright, but their wood production's pretty terrible right now. All right, but there's a couple of buildings that use up a lot of clay coming up, so that's what they're gonna try to do. All right, plus they can get the bakehouse, maybe use some clay, and so on and so on. All right, so that was their action. Jumps over to me. I got a coin now. I can actually generate this for 3, but that's not that interesting right now. Think I'm gonna maybe get a building. Let's see. I can't generate 6 food just yet because I'm at 4 plus 1. So food is a combination of blue and yellow, right? So I would have to use up maybe my smokehouse before using this. So I would be at 6, 8. I would be at 8 fish, and I'm gonna pretty much use all my fish just to get this building. But it is a wild card building. You can use it for any resource moving to the right. But I think what I'm going to do is get a farm. All right, because the farm is going to generate a ton of food. All right, so I'm actually going to use up 2 and 2. So my clay is suffering right now, but I'm going to get a farm. I'm going to put that on my 0 space. All right, so last action of the round goes to my buddy because 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a 5 round, so he's going to go. So a couple of choices. They can activate their farmland. But you know what? They're going to actually build the bakehouse. They have a ton of clay. Let them use 2 of their clay. They're going to build the bakehouse here. Yeah, because they're not going to generate a lot of food at the moment. So they want to generate some food with the bakehouse so that maybe they can get this building here. Or maybe get one of these special buildings that let you convert food into money. Anyway, either way, we both did our 5 actions. We're done. Let's rotate. All right, let's refill. And now we're on round E. All right, so it's going to be player A first because this is a highlighted building and they're going to pick first. Now, the one I'm interested in here is probably the fish production. So I can have both fish production buildings on my board. So I can generate a ton of fish and get the end game bonus for fish. So that's probably what I'm going to try to do. I'm in no rush to do it because it's going to cost me 3 wood. And my buddy only has 1 wood, so he can't even build it. Alternatively, there's also this building with 4 clay, but I don't have 4 clay. So on his turn, he's not worried about me taking this. He's probably going to want to take that one. All right, so I'm going to go first. I mean, at this point, I can gain 6 fish or 3 of one of these resources. I can gain my clay if I wanted to. I can also gain 3 clay here. This one's not that useful right now. It just generated me 4. I would like to get it on the next spot, so it's actually going to generate me 8 grain, which is fantastic. Looking at this board here, because I do have a coin, this generates me 4 food, which I can't really use because I'll be stuck against the wall. This I can't use either, and this I don't want to use either. I mean, none of these are fantastic. I mean, I can generate this one 4 times actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll give me 1 of each of the resources. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm gonna pay my buddy a coin. I'm gonna use up his building. So I'm gonna generate 4 grain and 1 of each of the other resources. Well, clay and wood. So 4 grain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna gain 1 wood and 1 clay. Then my buddy's gonna go. All right. So right now he can't use this building. He needs wood actually. He doesn't generate a lot of wood, but this only generates 2. I generate 3. Maybe he'll wait because he'll get this, and maybe he'll generate a lot of wood this way. Or maybe he'll wait till this goes around. Just use up 4 clay for this. Sure, why not? That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna pay 4 clay, so he's gonna move it to the bottom left 1. So remember that that's 4, and then he's gonna put this on his 0 spot here. All right, so that's a juicy 16-point tile as well. So a lot of points at the end of the game. All right, so that was his action. Back to me. I might as well use my fish right now. All right, so this one's gonna be times 3, so it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and just like that, I generated 6. So I have 9 plus 1. I have 10 fish in total. All right, plus with this one, hopefully I can move it to the right, and I'll generate some more. All right, so what does my buddy want to do? They're kind of stuck at the moment. They can't really build anything besides this building here because they only have 1 wood. They don't even have the food for this, and they can't really use this or this building because they're against the wall for both. Oh man, I think what they're gonna do is either run their wood, which would only give them 2, or use my clay mound, again getting 3 clay here to get off the wall, so the next round maybe they'll use this and get even more clay. And I think that's what they're gonna do. No, it doesn't really have a choice. They're gonna use my clay mound, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to use it this round. So they're gonna gain 3 clay, so 2, remember, but the +1 there, so that's 3 clay. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, they're at 9 clay in total. Alright, so they have some flexibility when they have to pay. Alright, so that was their move. And finally, for the last move of the round, because there's a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna go. Let's see, a couple of options. I do have a ton of wood. I can grab the fish thing here, but I don't generate a lot of coins. I mean, this, I can flip coins into fish, and then I can maybe get the restaurant, so I can create like a crazy money generation, then turn money back into fish and have it circle around. Let me try that. I'm gonna try to generate a lot of food this game and maybe see if I can get that working. So this one is actually gonna cost me 1 of each. Yeah, let me do this, and then maybe next round I'll do this one. So I'm gonna generate this one, so that's gonna be 1 of each. So 1 clay, 1 wood. All right, and that's gonna go there. And as you can see, it's 5 actions in total. We're gonna rotate. Let's get the F tiles down here. And now we're ready to go. Alright, so my buddy's up next. He goes first because it is a non-highlighted round here. Man, I just looked over his board. I think he's forced to try to get wood because this one needs wood. He can't even afford it. And I looked at the chart, and a lot of the next few buildings need a lot of wood. And plus all the ones in the display need a lot of wood. So plus he can't even use his building here to get a lot of wood as well. So they sort of have no choice but to activate their own building. Or they can pay me a coin to gain 4 wood. See, this is gonna give them 3 wood. Actually, you know what? They don't want to give me a coin. They're gonna use this one for 3. So 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. All right. So then it's gonna jump over to me, and I'm definitely gonna buy this building. This is one of my favorite buildings in the whole game. Although I don't really need it, because I already know my engine, I think, for the rest of the game is going to be generating a lot of food, so I can get the 2 buildings that get me points for a lot of the food stuff. So you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to maybe save up to get this one here. Plus this one I can sort of do right now, because remember, I do have 10 fish. I can use 8 of it. It'll be a lot, but this one generates me fish and grain. Plus it's 8 to get 14 points. That's pretty good. So I want to get this, but I'm in no rush because my opponent has no chance of even getting there. So what do I want to activate? I think what I'm going to do is activate my clay generation here. So this is going to be 4. Although I can do this for 6. Oh boy. Maybe if I can do both. If he's going to get a building, then I can generate the kiln as well. So I'll have plenty of clay. I won't even have to think about clay for a long time. Let me just look at this. I can generate food, but that's only 2 times. Not that exciting. And this one is gaining 1, 2. It's actually gaining 8 food by getting this, which is pretty impressive. Actually, that's what I'm going to do first. Let me activate this building first. So this was moving to the top right 3 times and then back down 1. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then back down once. So that gave me a ton of food. All right, that by itself paid for this building right here. All right, so that was my move. Let's go to my buddy here. So they can activate their kiln, but you know what they're gonna do is, because they have enough for this now, they're definitely gonna build it. So this one is pay 3 and 2. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna pay 3 clay by moving it down, and then 2 wood by moving it to the left. 1, 2. So you have a choice. I could have either moved it to the left 3 times or down 1. Now the reason I moved it down instead of to the left is because they have this building here. I sort of want to leave some space to the left so I can move left. So this is going to go to their 0 space here. So they're generating a ton of resources. So they're probably going to go for the end game buildings that give them points for the resources. So that was their move. So 1, 2, 3 in total. So this is a 5 round. So we got 2 more actions to go. So I'm going to be up next. So what do I want to do? I think I do want to just get this. All right, so I'm going to get it. I'm going to put it in here. So that's going to be 8 food in total. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Just like that. Alright? And now I'll get that in play. Alright, so that was my go. Now, last move here for my buddy. And you know what? He's going to be first next round. So FG. So he probably doesn't want to use his things right away because they're going to be at the 4 level next round. So he's going to think about that. So I think what he's going to do is maybe activate his... He can get another building as well if he really wanted to. But he doesn't have a lot of wood. Let's see, is there a way for him to generate a lot of wood? Let's see, this moves it to the left twice. They're going to be at 6 wood with this one. Let's see. They can also use my building here to generate 4 wood. So what they're going to do is they're going to... I can't really decide. Damn it. They're actually going to use this building here, the farmland. Alright, they're going to generate 2 food, 1, 2, and 1 of each of the other ones, just to get them farther away so that when I use my other buildings here, they're farther away from the wall so they can go up to the left. There you go. That was all 5 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're done. Let's rotate. And just like that, now we're on the G round. So when you finish all the letters on one side, you jump to the other side. And again, it's going to be this player's going to go. And we're going to do 7 rounds now instead of 5. Alright, so I forgot to bring down the buildings. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, the wild card one. That was a pretty good one. Alright, oh, and this one is perfect for me. This generates a ton of coins by selling fish and grain. And that's what I'm going to specialize in. Alright, so this costs 10 food though. So I got to get a lot of food. And this one, probably my buddy's going to try to get. Because this is a cool one where you can move up resources to the top left. Although they're doing that aplenty already. But... you know, maybe they'll pick it up anyway. We'll see. Alright, so they're up first. What do they want to do? I think they're going to use the Kilma first. Alright, and they're going to move this to the top left 4 times. 1, 2, because they couldn't do it for the food, right? Because it would get stuck. You'd only do it 4, 3. So they're going to do it for the Kilm. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now they have 15 clay. They probably have enough clay for the rest of the game. But remember, there's a building there that lets them score extra points for clay. And that's probably what they're going for. Alright, plus they gotta move it over a bit to the right so they can keep going to the top left. Alright, so that was their first actions. Jump onto my side here. So what do I want to do? I do want to activate this eventually, or maybe have my buddy activate this, because if not, if it goes up to this spot here, I'm forced to sell it. And I don't want to lose the 6 points for that, but I can wait on that, because this is going to be 7 rounds, so I'm going to have 3 actions this round. So probably my last actions for this, and maybe get an action for this. But let's get to it. So what I can do is maybe move both my food and my my stuff twice. Not the best use of my resources. I could move my clay 4 times to the right, which would be pretty good actually. Although this one does the exact same thing. So let's see, is there anything else I can do? Not really. I can do their thing twice, which is not that useful. So you know what, let me do the clay mound 4 times, because remember it's on the 3 plus the extra 1 on the thing, so it's gonna be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, done. Alright, just gonna jump to my buddy here, and what does he want to do? Let's see, does he want to build the 6th 3? He doesn't have enough wood. He's at 3. Can he generate 4 more wood? He could if he uses my building. I think that's what he's gonna do, because that's probably a good idea. So he's gonna pay me a coin. He's gonna use my building, and he's gonna gain 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there you go. So that was it for him. Then it's gonna jump to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have 2 more actions for this round. So what do I want to do? I did want to build this eventually, remember, because I want to move my fish to the top right. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to pay 3 for that. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to gain my fish market, put it here. Although I need to generate coins for that, but we'll see how that works in a couple of turns. Alright, so that was it for that. So now we're going to jump back over here. And I think they're oh man, that's just really expensive. They can go for the wildcard one, which would be actually pretty good. Because they don't really care about food. They're not generating food, so they can use this once here and not worry about it again. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can get the wild card one in there, and there you go. All right, so let's put these up here. Oh, sorry, we're not done yet. It's gonna jump back to me. So I can't do this one, but I'd love to move my fish that way. But I'm gonna be first next turn. I'm definitely gonna activate this one to move everything to the right. It's gonna be 3 times each. So these are gonna come there, and then I can activate the fish to get a lot of fish. So I already know sort of what my next few turns are gonna be. So what do I want to do? This gets me 4 grain. This I can't do. This I can do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It'll generate me 6 gold coins. I don't want to do it just yet because I do want to move my food further down. So let's see, is there anything else that I can do? I can do clay, clay, clay. I can use my buddy's building here to generate me some more resources. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pay 1 because there are some buildings here that do cost a lot more resources coming up. Actually, man, tough decisions. Yeah, you know what? Let me pay him a coin, and I'll actually use this building here. No, I'll actually use this building here. So I'm going to generate 2 of both of these resources. 1, 2. All right. Maybe I'm going to try to get to 8 so I can get the town hall. All right, so there you go. So that was 3. Now the last action of the round goes to my friend here. They're kind of stuck at this point. I think they're just going to go get more wood because there's not much else they can do. Although they have a ton of... Actually, they wanted to get the building, right? Because this is 20 points. This is a large chunk of points. So you know what? Let them do that. So 6. It's going to be 6 wood. Pretty much all their wood. So they're going to be at 1. And that's going to cost 3, which is perfect because going down is 3, so they're not losing change. And there you go. So now they're pretty much out of everything besides clay. They have to move everything. So probably their next round is going to be gaining a ton of resources. All right, so that was their turn. We're done our 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're done the round. Let's rotate. All right, and now we're going to be at a round highlighted. So it's going to be this guy first and 7 actions again. But let me take out the new buildings. All right, so I'm going to be up first. I think I already know what I want to do. I definitely want to use this building. This is my favorite building in the game. I'm going to go over here. So that's going to generate me 3. So I'm going to gain grain and fish 3 times. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. And now I'm very flexible. I can move them to the left. I can move them to the right. I can move them up. I'm in a good position. All right, so that's going to jump over to my buddy. And you know what? They're going to spend the whole round probably just getting the most resources they can because they're pretty much at 0. And I think they're going to need to generate some wood first. So they're going to generate this one here because they can't even use this one because they can't move to the top left. So they're actually going to use this one here for 3. All right, so that's going to go 1, 2, 3. Whoops, what happened there? Oh, there was a fish underneath. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, my goodness. So 1, 2, 3. All right, they were at 1. Now they're at 4. All right, so that was their turn. Back up to me. And I think what I'm going to do is gain a ton more fish here as well. So I'm actually going to use this one 4 times. Although I'm not in a hurry to move my fish, I can actually wait one more round because I know for sure they can't use that building. Well, it would be pointless for them. I can use this as well to generate a ton of coins. So I can sell 4 fish for 8 coins, which would be pretty good. I can also gain 8 grain, which would be insane. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to generate this. Boom. For 8 grain. So it's going to go 1. Actually, no, because it's going to go 1, 2, and I can't move again. So it's only going to generate 4 grain. So I actually have to lose some grain before using this building. No! So maybe I'm going to have to activate this before I activate this. So I think I'm forced to use my fish. So let me use my fish building here. So this is going to move 4 times. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, I'm at 18 fish, which is pretty insane. It's going to jump to my buddy, and obviously they're going to go for resources. So this is going to be 4 times wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, they're at 12 wood and 12 clay. All right, so they got a ton of wood, so they're gonna probably get the townhouse for sure. The town hall, I mean. All right, jumps back up to my side. And I think now is no better time to get this building, because I do need to lose some grain, and I'm just gonna spend it with this one. So this is gonna cost me 10 food in total. So it's gonna go 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So now I can move to the top right. All right. So that's gonna be that one. Jumps back to my buddies. It's gonna be last action for the round, and I think they still just want to generate stuff. So I think they're gonna generate some grain. With this, although if they don't use this one, they're gonna be forced to sell it, which is unfortunate. But let's see, do they want to activate one of mine? Not that, although the green one is really tempting. They're gonna gain 8 grain from that one, whereas this one's not gonna generate them that much grain. So they're gonna actually play smart. They're gonna pay me a coin to generate my building. All right, which sucks because I was going to use it right now. So they're actually going to run it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and back 1. So they generated 8 grain for that, which is fantastic. All right, that was their last action for the round. Back to me for my last action. Very unfortunate. That was exactly the move I wanted to do. So now I got a choice. I mean, I can run this building here. I can run the double resources. That's unfortunate. Now I don't know what to do. I can get a ton of coins by selling some goods. So I can do 4 times. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. All right, so this is use 4 food to generate 2 coins per each. Now I'm not sure if all the goods have to be from the exact same type. But let's say they don't have to be the same type, because I don't remember. Somebody can let me know down below. So I'm gonna have to pay 4 food. So I'm gonna pay 3, 4, and that's 4 times 2. It's gonna be 8 coins in total. Boom. Just like that, I'm flush with cash. All right, there you go. So that was my turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. We're done. We did a 7. Let's go on to the next round. All right, as you see here, we hit the has to sell this building, so they're actually going to sell this building. So let's put it back in the display, and they're going to generate 5 coins for that. Just give them a couple of ones. 2. So at least he's got some coins to pay for some buildings, or pay for to use my buildings, let's just say. All right, but they did end up losing 5 points for the end game, because the building is actually more points than you would get in return for coins. All right, so that was the end of that round. Now we're on I. So let's take out the I buildings. All right, and we're ready to go. All right, so round I, you're gonna see there's no highlighted section around, so player 2 is gonna go. And I think they're gonna definitely use their building, because they know if they don't use it, I'm gonna use it, because I don't want them to get the resources. All right, plus they want to get off the first column here. So they're gonna use their building here. So they're gonna activate it 3 times, so they're gonna get 3 wood and 3 clay. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3. All right, now it's gonna be my turn. Man, I definitely wanted to build, let's say, one of these 2 buildings. I don't really have enough wood for this. I could build the guild hall, which is not bad. I could also build the pier, because I'm the only one that can build it. I'm in no rush to do it, so that's fine. I mean, either one of these are not bad. Although this one's not, I actually like this one more than this one. Because this one lets you generate 4 of multiple resources. And you know what, let me build it, because you're going to the top right. That's 4 of multiple resources. So you know what, that's fantastic. So let me build 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 0 wood and 1, 2 clay. This is gonna go on my 0 spot. I think that's unfortunate. I think they definitely wanted to build that one. Let's see, now it's gonna be their turn. So what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna run their, let's see. They're looking around. What do they want to do? I think they're gonna go for this building here. So it's gonna be 7 wood. So it's gonna be let's see, this is 4, 7 wood, and 5 is gonna be 4, 5, just like that. And they're gonna get this building. And this building, I just bought it because you pay 12 resources and it gives you 30 points at the end of the game, which is gigantic. Alright, so that was their turn. Jumps back over to me. Alright, now I think I'm gonna start using some of my coins. Yeah, I'm gonna use my fish market here. That's just because, might as well, because I can only go up to the top right 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So there's no point in waiting an extra round, so I might as well use it now. So this is gonna cost me 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. Alright, but I'm gonna generate 1, 2, 3, which is 12 fish in total for 3 coins. That's insane. Pretty good. So now I have 18 plus 3, I have 21 fish. Alright, I'm probably gonna run my fish, my weekly market eventually when it gets a lot higher, so I can sell it all for a ton of coins. Alright, anyway, that was my turn. Let's go to my buddy here. Let's see. What does he want to do? I think he just wants to move things over to the right. He could use his Nations Guild over here, which would be pretty good actually. Sorry, Mason's Guild. He can move anything to the right 3 times, which would be pretty good as well. Let's see. He's looking around. He can generate a ton of clay using my building. Yeah, you know what? He's gonna do that. He's gonna pay me. He's gonna do the clay one here. So he's gonna generate 4 clay. Actually, it's only 4 clay. Because this generates 3. Yeah, because to do the kiln after, he sort of needs to go left. So he needs to go to the right before he goes top left. So you know what? He'll generate the 4 clay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now next turn when he activates this, he goes go 1, 2, 3. He'll have a ton of clay. Alright, so that was his go. Back over to me. So now we've activated 5 buildings in total. So it's going to be my last action for the round. I'm going to want to get some wood eventually. It's never good to be at 0. I do also need to gain a ton of grain just so I can get it off the wall here. I can do this next turn so it can go up twice here, so that's okay for food. And so I can get this for 3 wood. Is there a better way to gain wood? I can get 2 wood here. I can get some stuff here. So I can do his marketplace here for 3 wood, but it's just 3 wood anyway. Is there anything else that needs wood coming up? See J. See 8 wood. I'm not going to be able to get that. This costs 1 wood, 3 wood, 3 wood. So I need to be at least 3 wood and I'll be good for the rest of the game. So you know what? Might as well do this. I'm going to be at 3 wood. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? That'll probably be okay for the rest of the game. Right, because the grain site needs 3 wood. I don't need the wood factory. And I'm going to want to get the fit. Oh, so I'm going to need 1 more. You know what? I'm going to need 1 more wood. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to get 4 wood because I'm going to need 1 wood here and 1 wood here, so I don't want to waste an action just to get an extra wood. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use his building here that gives me 1, and then I'll activate this next turn to give me all the wood that I need to for the rest of the game. Alright, so I'm going to pay him 1. I'm going to use the farm land here. Alright, that's going to give me 4 food and 1 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 1. There you go. So I still have enough to go that way and back down with 3. Alright, so that's good. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Last action here for my buddy on the right. I think what he's going to do, it's going to be pretty easy choice. I think they're going to do the Masons Guild here. So it's going to be, I know it looks like a wild card, but you get to pick, because it's on the three different resources to move up to the left. All right, it's not 1 resource 3 times to the left, it's 3 different resources. So this is going to go to the beginning. So I think what he's going to do, pretty simple, these 2 at the top left and this one top left, like this type of thing. All right, so in total he gains 6 resources, but divided by 3 different things. All right, so I think that's good enough. All right, that's the end of I. Let's go to J. All right, so now you're going to see J is highlighted, so it's going to be this guy. And let's put out the buildings. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. So I'm first player. Let's get to it. So I think what I'm going to do off the start here is I'm going to use up my my building here. So the restaurant. So I'm going to pay 3 food to generate 6 coins. All right, so I'm going to give up 3 grain. 1, 2, 3. That's going to generate me 6 coins. Just like that. I'm going to jump over here. I think they're really interested in getting the town hall, because that's just a lot of points. So you get 16 resources to 26 points. They could alternatively, they just need 1 more food to try to get the craftsman yard here, which is pretty good, because they know I'm going for the fish factory. They don't really need it because they don't have a lot of fish. So you know what, they're gonna generate this one here, and this is a lock one. After the end of the round, you can put on the side of the board, because this one you can't sell. It's there for the end of the game, and it's straight up points. So we're gonna spend 8. So it's gonna be 4, 8. There you go. Used up all my clay. Done. All right, there you go. Actually, wait. So I was here. So I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's good. So that's that. Now we can jump back over to this side, and I'm gonna show you how the weekly market works. So I can move either the fish or the grain down, and for each step, so 3 times, I'm going to make 4 coins. So this is going to give me 12 coins in total. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 12 coins. Boom. Just like that. Remember, coins are victory points. I forgot to mention that at the start of the video, but the point is you're going to convert everything into money later on. So right now I have a healthy lead over player 2. Alright, so now they're going to go. Although they have more expensive buildings, so we'll see if it evens out. Alright, so what do they want to do? I think they're going to try to gain a lot of wood, so 3 times. So they need to move to the right. So they're going to definitely use their marketplace here to move wood to the right 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, because now they're going to get to move the wood up diagonally 3 times. Alright, so that was their move. Back over to my side. You know what, while we're at it, I'm just going to keep messing with the food. I think that's my engine at this point. Everything's always food. So I'm going to use up my my farm. So I'm going to move it to the right 3 times, but then back down twice. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, just once. So it's going to be right over here. Alright, so that's another action. Back to my buddy here. And we already know what he wants to do. He's going to use his sawmill. So he's going to move top left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So he's got a ton of wood. He's going to want to get the, what is it called? The wood factory at the end of the game to score per wood. Alright. He's probably going to want the brick factory as well. So he's probably going to get those 2 to try to score a ton of points for the basic resources in the game. Alright, so that was his go. Back onto my side. And you know, while I'm at it, actually he should have probably ran this one, but you know what, I'm not going to retract. I'm going to gain 3 grain and 3 fish by doing this. Although if I run this, I'll get 6 fish. 1, 2, 3. You know what, I'm okay running this. So it's going to be 3 of each. 1, 2, 3. Because I do have to move it to the top left eventually. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so that was my action. Back over to my buddy. Let's see, they can't really do this yet. So they're going to need to get some clay. I think what they're going to do is they're going to do their building site. Does that make sense? They can get the wood for 3. They can get this one. They can do this. Sure, why not? Wood company for... Oh, no, not wood company. Sorry about that. Building site, so 2 of each. So 1, 2. Right, so that's that. So now they can use their kiln to go across like this. So that was... Actually did 8 actions. Yeah, that's fine because we're doing to 9. So I'm going to have the last action for the round. You know what? I might as well use my fish smokehouse. Does that make sense? Although I can use this. I can use clay. I don't really need clay. Although I needed wood. Although I can use the next turn with this one. So that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one here. So that's going to be 3. Actually, wait. Do I want to get this building here? It's going to cost me 12. Sure, let's do that. I'm actually going to get this building. So this is going to cost me 12 food in total. So let's do 8, 9, 10. Sorry. That was here. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, because by moving both of them, it's 1. So there you go. There's 12. Alright, and there you go. So I have 5 plus 4. That's the end of the round. Let's rotate. All right, so 2 rounds left. So let's go get the K buildings here. All right, so you got the 2 buildings that I definitely do want. So I got the fish factory, and then I have the Pont de Normandie, which is straight up 30 coins into 50. So you're gaining 20 points here. All right, but I'm at the 10, 20, 25. I just got to generate maybe another 6 to 8 coins. I'll be able to get it. All right, but that's the end of the round. All right, so for the new round, they're going to go. By the way, I'm just placing the last buildings up here just as a reminder of what they cost and what they do. But these are the only ones available. All right, so just to give you an idea, this player here probably wants all these 3. So they're going to need a way to get 3, 3, and 7 coins. All right, so what they're going to do first is they're going to activate the business office here 3 times. So this is 3 different goods, bottom left, and they're going to make 15 coins. All right, because you're going to score 5 coins per. All right, so they're going to do this. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. They can get 15 coins. Wow, just like that. That's a huge swing of points. All right, so that was their go. And it's going to jump to me. By the way, it is 9 actions this round again. So that was 1. Let's go here. So I just needed the wood, but I figure I don't really need to activate this one. Any other way for me to generate wood? I can use their building. I can also use this one here, their Masons Guild, to move it to the left here so that I would have 3 wood. Although I need to get the 4. So that's not great either. Is there any other way for me to get a lot of wood? This would generate me 4 wood. This would generate me 4 wood. I don't think I have a choice. I gotta bite the bullet. So I gotta run this. Plus it'll prevent me from selling it, so I'm gonna lose 6 points. So I gotta run this now. So I'm gonna run this. It's gonna give me my 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it'll also give me a coin because it was on the 4 with a coin. Alright, so I'm at 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 4 more coins to get this one. Alright, that was my action. Back to my buddy over here. Let's see, they're looking at their stuff here. See, they don't mind getting the zoo. If they can get to the zoo, because this is just straight up points. Use 15 goods to get some points. Let's see, at this point, what can they do? What can they do? Looking around, looking around. I mean, the best thing to do is for them to use this building here. So they're going to pay me a coin. I should have used this. Actually, wait. Okay, let me retract that 1 second here, because that was kind of dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about that. I should put the coin back. So I should be at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there you go. So what I should have done is use my guild hall. Duh. So this is 3 different resources top right. So I'll gain wood. So now I'm at 5 woods, which is fine. And then obviously for the food. Sorry about that. That was a lot better than that. This generated me technically 12 goods. That would have generated me only 4. Alright, so sorry about that. A little retraction. Now it's going to jump over finally to my buddy here. And now he has to rethink his turn. He's going to look maybe at his Mason's Guild. Does pretty much the exact same thing, but I think though he would want to generate some... Actually, it doesn't really matter the grain. He's going to try to lose it all. Let's see. This is going to let him get 2 and 2, so 4 in total. This is 4 and 6 in total. Just looking at what he can generate the most of. He's going to want to generate this on the last turn as well. So he's going to want to get his things up to the right. He can generate some clay, which is not that necessary at the moment. And none of these are useful for him because he doesn't generate a lot of food. So, you know what? He's going to use the Mason's Guild here. So it's going to be 3 different resources top left. So 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So he's at 9 food in total. So he only needs 6 more food and he'll be able to get this if he wanted. Alright, so that was his turn. Back over to me. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm definitely going to do the fish one here. So that's a good move here. So I'm going to use this. It's going to be 4 times to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom! Just like that, I'm at 21 fish. That's a lot of fish. I'm probably going to want to buy that building sooner rather than later before my buddy sees it and he just buys it just to block me. Which technically he should be doing. I mean, there's no reason for him not to buy this. That'll just save him 21 points, although it is a wasted action on his part because he can't do anything with it. Now, let's see, is there any way for him to generate money so maybe he can fight me for the 30? Let's see. He can move his... thing down here to get 8 more coins. So he's at 10, he's at 20, he's gonna be at 28. He would just need 2 more coins. But you know what, he'd rather do that because it'll sort of block me, because then I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna actually use the market from me, so he's gonna pay me a coin. All right, so he's gonna move 2 times, so he's gonna go 1, 2, and that's gonna generate 8 coins. 5, 6, 7. So now he's at 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27. If he can get 3 coins, he can beat me to get this one. All right, so that was his go. Back over to me. So what am I at? I'm at 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. So how can I generate 4 coins? The only way for me to do that is using this building, and I think I'm definitely going to do it just so I can make sure that he doesn't get it. So I'm going to use this. So this is use up 2 resources, and it'll give me the 4 coins I need. All right, so I'm going to use up let's say 2 grain, and that's going to give me 4. So I'll take a 5, put back a 1, and now I have exactly 30. Although if I use up all my coins here, I'm going to be completely broke. But that's what it is. All right, it's going to jump over to my buddy. Unfortunately, he didn't like that move that I just did. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to pay me. Let's see. No, he doesn't want to pay me because he can generate 4 wood here. Yeah, you know what? He's going to pay me to use my clay. So he's going to move clay 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just so he can use his kiln and move 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to be at the maximum amount of clay. That'll be insane. All right, so that's, he's done. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who started that round? That was actually him. So it's going to be 8, 9. So it's my last action for the round. What do I want to do? I don't want to use my fish market. It's useless. Although if I don't use this, I'm basically going to lose 6 points at the end of the game because I'm going to have to sell it. I don't want to use this because it's sort of going to get stuck. I don't need to use this right now. I could use this, but let me just use this to prevent me losing 6 points. I'm going to lose this. I might as well gain. It's going to be 4 plus a coin. Let me use a coin. And then next turn, I already know 2 of my actions are going to be, getting this building, maybe even getting this building. So, so that's going to be, so let me gain 4 wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not like it matters. I'm not going to need it. So there you go. I'm done. Finally, last turn over here. He's going to use his kiln, obviously, before he ends up losing it for coins. So he's going to use this. Going to generate him a coin as well. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, max clay. So he's at 23 clay. All right, so there you go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the buildings are piled up here. All right, so there you go. We're done the round. Let's rotate, and just like that, we're introducing the last building of the game. All right, so I'm gonna be up first. You know, I'm gonna start buying buildings just in case he's robbing buildings from me, which I don't want to happen. So the first one I'm gonna get is the fish one. So that's going to cost me 2 clay, 1, 2, and 1 wood. So I'm going to put this on the 0 space here. And then my buddy's going to go. Let's see, is there any way for him to get any of these buildings here? Yeah, you know what, let me buy the buildings first just to get out of the way, even though logically maybe we wouldn't have done that, but let's just do it. So he's going to get the clay one here. It's going to cost 3 clay, so I'll move down once for 3. Then it's going to go jump on my side. I'm going to spend let's see, 10, 20, 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still got 2 coins left over, and that will give me the Point de Normandie. All right, then it's going to jump to my buddy, who's obviously going to get the wood one, so he's going to spend 3 for the wood one. So he's going to get that one. Back over to my side. Now let's see. I can technically get the zoo one as well, so that's 15 for 20 points, but I'm going to throw away 15 points because in my 2 buildings here is generating me points for those resources. Actually, you know what? I'm going to build this one now. So that's going to be 3 wood, 3 wood and 1 clay. put this one here. So I'm generating points for my grain and my fish, and my buddy's generating points for his clay and the wood type of thing. Oops, I think it's upside down. All right, so that was my turn. Now it's going to be my buddy's turn. So what can he do for coins? He can get this per anchor, so it's pretty good because that's going to be 30 points for him. Actually 20 points for him, because it's going to be a gain of 13 because he's going to have 2 anchors. Sure, let him do that. So he's going to do 5, 6, 7. So he's technically exchanging 7 points into 20 points. All right, so it's pretty good. So that's it, 3 actions each. Now it's going to be my turn. So what can I do to gain points? Let's see. I can use this to go to the top right. I can use this to go 3 times to the right, although I won't gain an extra fish. But sure, let me use that. So I'm going to do that. Actually, wait. Before I do that, I'm actually going to use my weekly market again. Yeah, let's use my weekly market. So I'm going to do this twice. So it's going to generate me 8 gold. And I'm going to move down my fish twice. 1, 2. Just because now I can move it to the right or to the top or right, however I like to move it. Alright, so that was another action. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Their last action for the game. Let's see, can they generate some wood? So 1, 2 to generate some more points. This is going to generate them 4 points. This one is going to generate them 4 points. This is 6 points. 6 points, 6 points. The Masons Guild will actually generate 4 points again. 4, 4, just a lot of 4 points. Is there anything for them to do on my... You know what, so let them just go for the 4-point generation. So they're going to use their farm here. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's actually 6 points, right? Because it was here. So it's 3. So 3 times. So that's fine. So that's the 6 extra points for them. Although, wait. Let me take that back. 1, 2, 3. If they buy a building, they'll actually get more. Actually, they spend 9 to get 18. So that's a net of 9. What they're actually going to do is they're going to spend 10 to get this building, and this is 10 to get 22, so it's a net of 12, which is excellent. Right, so they're going to buy that building. Then we'll jump up to me for the final action of the game. So 4 buildings, I get 1 final action. Now I can turn in 15 to 20, but that's a horrible return because I just net 5, because each of those food is worth points for me because of my buildings here, so that's terrible for me. I can use 1 resource for 8, so that's a net of 7. This is a net of 5. This is a net of 8. So this one's not bad actually. This is a net of 8. Is there anything I can do to generate more than 8 resources? I can do this for 3, so that's actually 6. You know what? Just because it's simpler and I don't have to deal with getting extra buildings, let me just use this one here. It's probably my best bet at this point. Although I can generate 8. Sorry. I can generate 8 with that one. So I'm going to use actually my guild hall here for 2 different resources. So I'm going to go up fish and go up grain. So that's actually 8. So it's going to be 4 and 4. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so there you go. That's the end game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a thing of 9 and we're done. Alright, so what ends up right now is we're going to go to end game scoring. So end game scoring, you're going to tally 3 things, I believe. First is how many coins you have. Then you're going to get all the points for all the buildings that you own, so you look at the middle, and then you're going to score for your extra special buildings that you have for the extra points. Alright, so let me tally that. I'll be right back. Alright, so just a quick update on the scoring. Actually, player B actually took it out, so he won with 221 and I ended up with 215. Alright, so there you go. That's how you play. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Later.